Good morning, everyone. This is Scott with Scottman. I'll be right back after this red light. So, we're here to do a driving video today. We're going to be heading north on Livernois Avenue here. Although, technically, because we're in Royal Oak right now, this is Main Street. So, in the Royal Oak city limits, as well as up in Clawson to the north of here, this is technically Main Street, but then it'll become Livernois. So Livernois is a pretty major north and south highway, not as big as like Woodward Avenue or anything, but it goes from all through the Detroit, like southwest Detroit, all the way up to like northern Oakland County. However, there's a big gap south of Interstate 696 where we started the video. So this video is going to be done in two parts. I'm doing the northern part today, which is pretty much all in Oakland County. At some point, I'm going to want to film the southern portion, which is mostly Wayne County with a tiny part in Oakland County, like in Ferndale. So yeah, for the next few miles, we'll be on what's called Main Street. Then it'll turn to Livernois. So we're about to enter downtown Royal Oak, and Royal Oak is quite a nice community. Like, there's a lot going on here. There's some nice parks in the city. There's also a lot of restaurants, shops, and a lot of entertainment venues too. Like, because you have the Comedy Castle, which is, they got 4th Street coming up. Yeah, so make a right turn at 4th Street here. But yeah, even for a Sunday morning, a lot is going on. Yeah, although, oh yeah, there are a lot of people out and about. So anyway, it's one of the really nice suburbs here in the Detroit area. Highly recommend checking it out for yourself. It's quite a nice community, and I don't know if it'll be up on YouTube yet, but I have just recently filmed a driving tour, not a driving tour, but I did do a driving tour a few years or so ago of Royal Oak, but there is a walking tour that I'll be posting, again, unless it's already posted, in the Royal Oak area. And yep, now we're getting out of the downtown area. This is still Royal Oak city limits, but the main downtown area was back that way. Yeah, it is a beautiful day out today. Very little, if any, clouds up in the sky, and the car thermometer is reading 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Convert that to Celsius, it's around like 16 degrees. So a little bit of a chill out, but not too bad. Like, it's early September, so we're seeing a pretty big cool spell right now. And this is a very interesting junction here. So right here, if you go to the right there, that is Rochester Road, and that's where Rochester Road begins. If you go left here, that becomes Crooks Road. That goes up in the Troy area, kind of like how Main Street / Livernois does. And we got a nice little cemetery off to our right, in between Main Street and Rochester Road. Rochester Road will, of course, head up to Troy, and then it'll eventually get over into downtown Rochester, Michigan, before heading out to the countryside, like as you start getting up toward like the thumb of Michigan. Anyway, right now we got a lengthy traffic light here at 12 Mile. Alright, so cross over 12 Mile. Got a National Coney Island to the right. And right now getting up toward Clawson, which is the next community we'll be going into. But as I was saying though, it's like, yeah, it's definitely cooler than average here right now, because we're not supposed to be this cool just yet. In early September, well, heck, it's like we're gonna be going from below average temperatures to above average temperatures in just a day. It's like, because we're getting summer-like weather approaching. I think as early as tomorrow or maybe like Tuesday, as I'm recording this video. But yeah, I would say in Michigan, September and October, or even November, are 3 months, like basically the fall here in Michigan, where things can get very crazy. Where we can see highs in the 80s Fahrenheit, it'll feel like summer, and then you can all of a sudden see accumulating snow, although that usually doesn't happen until like November. Where I've seen snowflakes in October, but I never have in September, in Michigan that is. Made it to 13 Mile Road. Alright, so we'll go ahead and cross, and yeah, we're still in Royal Oak, although we should be entering the Clawson city limits shortly. Because downtown Clawson, as you'll see, is going to be up at 14 Mile Road. Yeah, this road has definitely seen its better days, although it's not the worst road here in Metro Detroit. It's at least drivable. Yeah, I'm starting to see downtown Clawson up a ways. We're almost there. All right, we should now be in Clawson. Clawson's a nice little community. Compared to Royal Oak, it's a lot smaller. The downtown area, it's a lot more compact. Like you can walk in like 5-10 minutes. And yeah, to the right, that's a really good barbecue restaurant. Woodpile. Yeah, Woodpile's a really good barbecue. I remember eating there like a few years ago, or 4 or 5 years ago. And here is downtown Clawson. Like, because we got 14 Mile Road up here. It's got its own different share of shops and restaurants. Okay, crossing over 14 Mile Road, and as we get north out of the downtown area, we're coming up to where the Clawson Civic Center is. I think it's over at this traffic light, the other side of this restaurant that has a giant chicken on the top. But yeah, you got a really good Indian restaurant over there, and yeah, biscuits and gravy. Yeah, big line going out the door, so yeah, it's a really popular spot here in Clawson. And good time, this light just turned green, so we can keep on going. Yeah, you got the municipal building, police department, on the other side, the Clawson Public Library. And yeah, now we're getting to the north part of Clawson. Not that too, but yeah, the road's widened up to 5 lanes, so this will be a little nicer. Although traffic has been too bad, but keep in mind this is a Sunday morning, and usually it's the lightest time of the day. All right, we're now entering the Troy city limits. So, well, partially, because we still got Clawson on the left, but Troy is now on our right. Because yeah, Clawson kind of carves its way into Troy a little bit in the north end. Got some fast food restaurants over here. You got Arby's, KFC, see a Wendy's and a Taco Bell up ahead. And then even on the right, you got an MJR movie theater. Also Subway and McDonald's up ahead. And this is Maple Road, or 15 Mile Road. And here is where, yeah, where Main Street basically becomes Livernois Avenue. Which is, again, what the road is mainly called in the rest of Oakland County, and of course going down toward Ferndale and then going down into Detroit. Yeah, Troy is definitely a nice suburb of the northern part of the Detroit area. Got a lot. There's a lot going on here. Plenty of restaurants, a lot of homes, and of course there are a lot of different businesses in here. Go ahead, I'll get over this. Ray Lane does not end for quite a while. And you got a couple of restaurants over to the left. You got Alex's Royal Grill, and there's also CJ Mahoney's, which is very popular, like a sports grill and bar over there. And next is basically Big Beaver Road, which is basically like a 16-mile road. This is where you hit Big Beaver. You got all kinds of office complexes, all different office buildings. Although it's not going to be very eventful on a Sunday, because usually businesses are going to be, or offices are typically going to be closed on Sundays. Well, mainly like the office buildings. And then off to the left a ways, well, even past this community center on the left, there, yeah, you got the main Civic Center for Troy. It's like you can get to it by Civics or Town Center Drive at this traffic light. You just make a left and then you head over to where, like the Troy Library, the Troy Civic Center, the Troy Police Department, where all of that's located. But as you can tell, the road has gotten a lot more busy as we've gone north of Clawson and Royal Oak. Yeah, pretty much from here on out, the speed limit on Livernois is definitely a lot faster compared to where we were down in Clawson and Royal Oak. We won't be going through any more like downtown areas. This is generally going to be all like serving mostly residential areas, but also some different stores and restaurants, but nothing too major for a little while. So if this is Waddles Road, or it's basically 17 Mile Road. I think we got somebody turning up ahead, but I'm not going to be able to go around at all because traffic is pretty heavy in the left lane right now. So it's like, yeah, this right lane's not going to last for too much longer, so this could end up being a problem for me. But we'll wait and see, though. A lot of people could make a left or a right turn in a little while. almost a week ago from a long weekend trip to the Seattle, Washington area. It was my first time going out there, excluding a couple times where I had a flight layover at the airport in Seattle. I think we're good to go ahead and get over now. I am getting really unlucky with these traffic lights at the mile roads. This is Long Lake Road, or 18-mile road. Crossing over, and we got a Kroger off to the right there. And yeah, just as I was expecting, this right lane's about to end. But thankfully, I was able to get over, and it was not a problem at all. So I got lucky with that one. But yeah, for the most part, for the rest of this video, Livernois is going to be just a 2 or 3 lane highway. There'll be a notable exception about like a few miles or so from here. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to do this stretch of Livernois before the other one is mainly because there's some things I'm going to be doing up in like the Rochester area today, so I figure do this one now instead of the first part. And yeah, once again, another red light at another mile road. So yeah, this is Square Lake Road, or 19-mile road. Although, thankfully, we weren't at this light for very long. What has been interesting, though, is even going back into late August, some of the trees have been starting to turn colors already. Which, yeah, this is a lot earlier than normal. Because usually the leaves are all still very green, even in early September. But for what I was even seeing from some of the fall foliage predictions, is that the leaves are supposed to turn colors earlier down here in Metro Detroit than even up in northern Michigan, which is very unusual. But yeah, as you can see, it's mostly green still, but some trees have been starting to turn already. And we're just getting into the second week of September as I'm recording this. And coming up ahead, this is South Boulevard, which again is it's like another mile road and another traffic light, but it's about to turn green, so we're getting a little bit lucky. Yep, so this time we're not having to stop. So as we cross over South Boulevard, we are now in Rochester Hills. Kind of like Troy, Rochester Hills is another major suburb north of Detroit. Most of what we're seeing on Livernois here through Rochester Hills is going to be, the majority of it is going to be residential. If we were to go to the east a mile from here, which is Rochester Road, that road is much busier because it's like you have all kinds of different department stores, restaurants, especially chain restaurants. And of course, it eventually goes into downtown Rochester, which is a completely separate city from Rochester Hills. Together, two separate cities. traffic is a lot more busy going south. Can't complain about that one. And the quick good luck has ended immediately as we're having to stop, and we'll be stopped here for a while. So this is Auburn Road, which is like kind of like 21 Mile Road. And then over here we got homes and on the left, and then apartments on the right. And over here we have the M59 freeway. We're going to be going right over it. Livernois does not have an interchange with 59. If you're going to go to Crooks Road, a mile to the west, or Rochester Road, a mile to the east, there are interchanges with the freeway from both of those roads. As you're starting to see, it's getting a little bit more hilly once you get into Rochester Hills compared to when we were back down in Troy and other points further south. And we're now approaching the next mile road, which is Hamlin Road, or 22 Mile Road, and this one has a roundabout instead of a traffic light. Although it looks like there's a lot of traffic at it because yeah, they're stopped. They've been stopped for a while. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't say I won't have to stop at this next mile road because I indeed had to, and I would have jinxed myself. So yeah, over here, this is a little different because we got, well, there is a residential neighborhood coming up to the right, but some different storage centers and different offices over to the left. So yeah, it's not all residential over here this time. And yeah, this area here can get quite busy because we're starting to get to probably like the busiest part of Rochester Hills on this road here. And here's where the road does open up to being 4 or 5 lanes, so it definitely accommodates for the heavier traffic over here. So this is Avon Road, or 23 Mile Road, and this is the Clinton River we're about to go over, well, after this traffic light. Crossing over Avon, and this is now becoming a boulevard over here. And yeah, this area can get very busy, especially like during rush hour. There's a lot of the traffic that may have been on Crooks Road. Crooks Road ends at Avon Road, and a lot of people will come over here to Livernois. So yeah, you have a lot of residential areas over here, and then as we get closer, we got a lot of stores, a lot of restaurants, even a couple office buildings to the right. And to the left, that is Rochester High School. So it's one of the high schools here in the Rochester Hills area. And then off a ways to the right, you have, I think it's like Ascension or Providence Hospital or something. It used to be called Crandon Hospital. And then before that, to the immediate right, you got different businesses like restaurants. Also Kroger. I see a Planet Fitness, Taco Bell. Lots of different things in here. And what do you know? We actually made a green light for once, but barely. So that's Walton Boulevard. Walton Boulevard, if you go east, goes into downtown Rochester. Just like another mile to the east of here. And then it's like, yeah, and then Livernois just becomes a 2-lane highway here. And we're back to more residential areas. Yeah, Walton Boulevard can get kind of busy too, because not only it goes east into downtown Rochester, but if you go west, that'll take you in the direction toward another shopping area over by Adams Road, and then it goes right by Oakland University. And then up here, this is Tinkin Road, which is basically 25-mile road. And yeah, as you can tell, this is looks like an even bigger roundabout than back when we were back down at Hamlin. And I will have to, okay, just have to yield briefly, so we're good. Alright, so we'll continue down this way, and this is where Livernois basically becomes a country road, because it's about to become an unpaved gravel road for the rest of its duration, for like another mile and a half until when the road ends. But yeah, it is amazing though, it's like how this road, just 14 miles to the south of here, we were in downtown Royal Oak, and now we're on a country road here. Yeah, because of this, yeah, the amount of traffic on this road has significantly decreased. Because usually up at that roundabout at Tinkin Road, everybody's usually either making a left or a right turn. And this road's rather bumpy, as you can probably tell. But it's not too bad. Some bumps over here. Oh yeah, big time. It's like, I feel like I almost would, if I were to drive like 40 miles an hour than that, I probably would blow a tire. I don't know about that. It's like, I'm not a physicist, so, but let's just say it's not a good idea to drive 40 miles per hour over all those bumps back there. Driving this today compared to, let's say, yesterday, the roads would have been probably a little bit more muddy because we had some rain early in the day on Friday. And since then, the roads, of course, all these unpaved roads have dried up. Oh yeah, this is a lot better over here. So this is Dun Road, so we're not at the end of Livernois just yet. We continue it by making a right turn on the Dun, and then we gotta cross over the Paint Creek here. A nice paved bridge here. And along the Paint Creek, there's also a nice trail called the Paint Creek Trail, which connects Rochester with Lake Orion. Okay, so now Livernois continues up this way just for a short bit. And we're now in Oakland Township. And yeah, this is very rural compared to like even that stretch we were just driving on. And yeah, very narrow too. Because this is barely more than one lane. So yeah, it's like you have to be extra careful down this road. was paved. This would remind me of some of the roads I've driven on in England. But right here it's a little better. You can easily maneuver. So after I get done with this video, I'm going to be getting some lunch down in Rochester. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to be heading right back down to Rochester after I get done with this video. I'll be turning right onto Orion Road. Yeah, definitely nice back in here. It got some very large homes off to the right, like practically mansions. Alright, so after this curve here, we're just going to be going a very short distance to the east, and then we'll be ending at Orion Road. So we have driven Livernois Road successfully from where it started out as Main Street down at 10 Mile, where 696 is, and gone all the way up to Orion Road here in Oakland Township. And then I still have to do the other part down in like Wayne County and also in Ferndale. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed this video here on Livernois. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching, and this is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out.